Good morning, everyone, and I'm Oliver Bellamy.
And I'm Max Barnes, and we'll be your MCs for this morning's class officer speeches.
Starting off this morning's campaign trail will be to the candidates for the 2017-2018 Student Council co-presidents.
All students vote for Student Council co-presidents. There are 4 teams of worthy candidates.
We will begin with Alexia Callanan and Jake Carlin.
We are running to be your 2017-2018 Student Council co-presidents.
School involvement is very important for both of us. I'm currently serving as a student council representative and also a member of the boys lacrosse team, which I believe has given me great discipline and leadership experience that I believe will carry over into making me an exceptional leader for Upper Arlington High School.
I've been a student council representative since my freshman year. I've played girls high school lacrosse for 2 years, been a member of the cheerleading squad all of high school. I'm part of the International Baccalaureate Diploma Program, and I'm a member of the National Honor Society. Being an active part of many school programs allows Jake and me to interact with the majority of the student body.
You've heard all about what we do currently, but now we want to share why we would make the best co-presidents for UAHS. First, I want all of you current freshmen to listen up. You have all experienced your first year of high school, and everyone knows how difficult that can be. We want to make your sophomore year much better than your rough freshman year. And you want to know what makes that everything better? Awesome school dances. As student council presidents, we will make the best homecoming Upper Arlington has ever seen. People will actually be dancing, the decorations will be out of this world, and let's not forget about the theme. I'm not going to give anything away, but I have a feeling the DJ will be playing a lot of Soulja Boy and Tayo Cruz. Maybe we'll even get a special appearance from Britney Spears or a member of Drake and Josh.
That sounds pretty darn good to me. All right, sophomores, let's talk about how voting for us will benefit you. As a current junior in five honors and IB courses without a study hall, I know how stressed out you're going to be next year. Focusing on extracurriculars, working, getting a killer GPA, studying for the ACT or SAT, all gets pretty busy, and you'll need some time to forget about everything going on in your life. We want to implement different programs and clubs to help you guys get more involved in the great activities our school has to offer. This will make your overall experience at UAHS more enjoyable for years to come. Maybe this means intramurals, maybe it means a service project, more food trucks coming to lunch so you don't have to worry about finding a parking spot, or maybe it just means more days where we hand out candy and ice cream.
Let's not forget about the most important grade in the school, Alexia, the class of 2018. Fellow classmates, we will make a senior year one you will never forget. We want to focus on making UAHS a stronger, more connected school, juniors. Imagine a senior year where everyone feels accepted by everyone in all your classes. You will be excited to wake up every morning and come to school. We plan to do this by having class meetings where we don't talk about academics, but rather learn more about people you don't usually hang out with. These won't be meetings where you sit in a seat the whole time. We'll be having lots of fun.
We plan to actually implement all the goals we have in mind to make UAHS better than ever. If anyone has any questions or concerns, please feel free to come up to Jake or me. Vote for us for your Student Council 2017-2018 co-presidents. Thank you for listening, and as always,
Go Bears!
The next set of candidates will be Zenobia Chris and Cole Tingley.
We want to be your Student Council co-presidents next year. Zenobia and I both have leadership experience as well as experience on Student Council and feel that we are ready to take on the challenges of a very hectic upcoming school year.
Our primary goal is to make your 2017-2018 school year more enjoyable. This means that if you have any suggestions or concerns on how to make UAHS better, we are all ears.
We are both very outgoing and easy to talk to and are open to hearing any ideas that you, the student body, has to offer.
Cole and I also have many ideas of our own that we hope to implement next year that would help not only improve our school, but our community as well.
To do this, we will put more emphasis on supporting our fellow classmates in their various extracurricular activities. Whether athletics, the arts, or clubs, we hope to support everyone as they achieve and pursue their goals.
One of our goals for this year is for Student Council to sponsor senior night games with hopes to get more people out and supporting their peers. This would include free admission for students and a tailgate.
The UAHS Student Council tries to be involved in the community via fundraisers and volunteer work. We hope to extend some of these opportunities to help all students become more involved in the community and fulfill their service hour requirements if needed.
As co-presidents, we would also be in charge of homecoming. We felt that this year's setup of having activities that aren't just the dance floor was one of the best dances the school's had in a while.
We would enjoy carrying on the legacy that former Student Council co-presidents have set for us.
As Hannah Montana once said, life's what you make it, so let's make it rock. We feel the same way about next year.
Well said, Zenobia. And just remember,
If you want all this, vote Tingley and Chris.
Now we'd like to welcome Casey DeWalt and Adam Wade.
We are running to be your 2017-2018 Student Council co-presidents.
We believe that we have the qualifications and charisma it takes to hold this position. Adam is very involved in the school and is a well-rounded, organized student. He has had experience coordinating with the school administration and has held leadership positions in the past. He was a member of student council this past year, is a varsity soccer player, is active in the UA vocal music program, and is a member of the National Honor Society. He also demonstrates his excellence outside of school as an Eagle Scout.
Casey has been involved in football cheerleading, the Bear Paws Club, and is a member of the National Honor Society. As a member of student council since sophomore year, she has had plenty of experience working efficiently with others around the school. She also enjoys volunteering in the community as much as she can.
Our main goals, if we were elected to be your co-presidents, would be to leave a positive mark on UAHS and to have a fun, well-organized year. With that said, we want to do a better job of involving the student body in activities coordinated by student council.
One of the biggest roles of the student council is homecoming, so one of our ideas is to get more feedback from the student body. Our intention would be to administer Google surveys, which would allow students to comfortably and efficiently express their thoughts and ideas about homecoming. This would allow for people's true opinions to be relayed to the student council, which will make the dance better for everyone.
We would also like to get student council and the school to work more closely with the Bear Den and the rest of the UA community. We would like to do this by creating more spearware and items for UA games. We would get local UA businesses such as Huffman's or Arlington Bank to sponsor these shirts and spear items. Not only would this help the school become more involved with the Bear Den, but it can help local UA businesses and provide spearware items for the rest of the UA community. We also have more ideas that include more fundraising throughout the school year in which the money can be donated to local charities.
Overall, our main objective, if we were elected to be your co-presidents, is to make sure the student body has a great 2017-2018 school year.
Thank you for listening, and please vote for us as your next student council co-presidents.
We'd like to invite Rachel Feinberg and Charlie Little to share their ideas.
With a combined 5 years on student council at the high school, Rachel and I have the experience to ensure the ideas you all have about the future of our school can be implemented.
With all that Charlie does around the school, you're sure to have seen him around. He's a varsity lacrosse player, a part of JSA, and participates in a variety of academic competitions.
Rachel is also a familiar face here at UAHS. Not only does she row on the crew team and is a captain on the high school's gymnastics team, but she is also a part of Science Olympiad and the Spanish Honor Society.
As your co-presidents, we want to make sure that not just our voices, but every student's voice is heard. To do this, we will set up a Schoology page that allows students to submit anonymous suggestions directly to Student Council. These suggestions can range anywhere from homecoming theme ideas to just about anything you can think of to help us improve our school.
Another one of our goals is to get recycling bins into all of the classrooms and places where students eat. We both think it's crazy that we don't have just as many recycling bins as trash cans in the school, and we hope to fix that.
Finally, we want to get the school more excited about Spirit Weeks. I think everyone can agree that Spirit Week can be done so much better, so we want to hear directly from you regarding theme ideas. Also, we'll make sure that everyone who participates will receive awesome prizes.
Our hope is that with your help, we can make this school a better place for the community, the teachers, and most importantly, the students. Thank you.
Thanks, candidates. At the end of the campaign videos, you'll have the opportunity to vote for only one winning pair.
Now we will move on to all the candidates running for class presidents.
In a hotly contested race for president of the class of 2018, there are 4 candidates. We will first hear from Heba El Hosseini.
I was going to start my speech by saying what a great job all the other candidates have done with their speeches, but as it turns out, I'm the first one to give their speech, so that's not really going to work. As senior class president, there'll be a bit more responsibilities than normal, such as planning class reunions. If you elect me as your president, I will make sure our reunions will not be a last-minute Ronald McDonald Happy Meal reunion in an abandoned warehouse. It will be in a fancy-as-heck hotel with as many cupcakes as you can imagine that will be decorated with edible gold leaf just for the heck of it. Hopefully by that time I'll have my own bakery and the cupcakes will be my own creation. And if not, well, it was nice knowing you, because there's no way I'll show my face again. I will always be a listening ear when you want to talk about any opinions or judgments that you have. Our senior celebration will be one to remember. If elected, my plan is to give you a platform to easily share your opinions and suggestions about all of our plans so that every event is a true reflection of our class. For example, imagine being able to vote on the theme of our senior celebration with just a click. Finally, the end-of-year gift to the school. This gift will be something that we'll all be proud of, and the goal is to bring technology we already have and use it to our advantage. I will tweet out polls to get your opinions and promise to listen to what you have to say. Under my presidency, we will do second chances. We will respect each other. We will never give up. We will keep our promises. We will encourage one another. We will apologize. We will laugh often, sometimes at me. And most importantly, we will all belong, because that's what it means to be a Golden Bear. So in 2 seconds, when you open the link to vote, if you want to have the greatest senior year, remember to vote Hebs for Prez. Thank you.
Now we'd like to invite Sammy Hidimi to share his speech. Hit me? Hit me, baby.
My name is Sammy Hidmi, and I'm running for president of the class of 2018. From the day I stepped foot out of Burlington High School, I knew I wanted to become involved and make a real difference. By holding various leadership roles such as vice president of the Spanish National Honor Society, reporter of the Future Business Leaders of America, and secretary of the Syrian Outreach and Supplies Club, I've not only learned to hear out suggestions from my peers, but also execute them. If you're not already aware, at the age of 13, I developed my own business that I continue to operate today. Midwest Kicks, the name of the company, is a provider for the latest limited sneakers. Through this venture, I've learned a great deal of life lessons that I continue to instill in my life each and every day. And best of all, I found something that I'm really passionate about. Although our current school system does an adequate job of providing students with help regarding various career paths, it greatly can be improved. It simply is not sufficient to provide students with a likely career solely based off a computer-generated code from a questionnaire. My main goal is to make it so each and every student finds their true passion by bringing in guest speakers from various fields on a bi-weekly basis to speak about what they do and why they do it. Students can then find what they're passionate about, ultimately jumpstarting their future aspirations and endeavors. As Tom Peters once said, leaders don't create followers, they create more leaders. In addition to that, I'll implement fun activities and events to make our senior year the best it can be. For example, who doesn't love free Jenny's ice cream during lunch or donuts and coffee in the morning? Well, I know I do, and as your class president, I'll do everything possible and make our senior year one for the books. I appreciate your time. Vote Sammy Hidmi for president.
Next, we will hear from Cindy Tang.
As all of you know, next year is our senior year, and we are going to make it the best year ever together. Quoting my bro Mod, teamwork makes the dream work. Senior year is going to be about us, one class, whose voices will be heard and goals will be accomplished. This will be our year, not to sit down and be humble, but to stand up, grind, serve, lead, and succeed. As your senior class president, I will be open to everyone as a friend, confidant, and leader. My passion is working with others to better the whole, and what better group to work with than this one right here. If you've ever wanted to see UAHS designate days for students to go out into the community to explore, volunteer, or learn, increase its senior year activities, or host more speakers and events throughout the year, now's the time to let it be known. I hope to not only be your representative, but to be your link to change. In the wise words of DJ Khaled, we the best. Class of 2018, thank you. Go Bears.
The final candidate for president of the class of 2018 is Drew Risberg.
Last year I came here in front of the school, I told you my plan, and you elected me junior class president. I'm very grateful for the opportunity, and I hope you'll consider me again. As I am the returning candidate, I'd like to discuss some of the things I've contributed to the school this past year. My team and I have managed to cut the cost of prom tickets by $10. I believe this figure speaks for itself, but it also speaks to the fact that I would like to make the school run in a more efficient manner in order to ensure that students have the ability to have experiences that they'll remember and appreciate. I'd also like to talk briefly about service. Last year I pledged that I would create a program that would serve the larger community of Columbus and solve problems outside of the bubble. I am happy to report that the project has evolved into a collection drive for ACT and SAT prep books for the Boys and Girls Club in inner city Columbus. With these experiences in mind, if elected, I would strive to make the senior celebration more cost-effective while still maintaining the fun. I would also like to continue the trend of service, but this time I'd like to get more of the school involved rather than just have a project that the class officers would run. Thank you all for your time. I hope you'll consider me as your choice for president, who cares not just about the high school, but about bettering our community as a whole.
For the class of 2019, there are 3 candidates running for president, and we will first hear from Abe Alfor.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen, your man's Abe out here coming to snatch that class pres position. Some call me a cutlet, RTDer, student athlete, Abe hat, reincarnated Abe Lincoln, some believe I was robbed of the select few who got a speed flex. All that's true. I'm an honor roll student, but most importantly, I got this iconic Abe hat. Vote for another Abe as president. I'll hook us up with prom in the best club in New York City. I'll win us the state championship. We'll be out here having celebrities coming in and out of the school every day. We'll all have a chance to make a fire mixtape. I got us, I got the keys. You'll actually be able to do whatever you want in study hall. By the way, being 5 minutes late to school every day won't make you a bad student. Here's a quote from one of the best philosophers of our generation, Jaden Smith. If 22 is 22 and 33 is 33, then why is 11 not 1D1? Thank you.
Thanks, Abe. The next candidate is Dylan Carson.
Next year, the class officer project will be to organize prom, and I have already spoken to some students about some ideas on ways we could improve it for next year. And if elected, I will work with you guys to make prom a fun experience for all of us, ranging from the food to the music to the theme. There are many things to work on, and together we can make next year's prom the best one yet. Vote Dylan Carlson for president of the best class year out there, 2019. Thank you all.
The final candidate is Gavin Schaefer.
If elected to be class president of your class, will help you realize your full potential as a community, a team, and a family. This task will not be simple, but it will be accomplished through the empowerment of each and every individual within the class of 2019 in the domains of safety, knowledge, and service. Regarding safety, in the past year, 15 school shootings have occurred within the United States, 2 of which were in Ohio, in addition to the stabbing at the Ohio State University, which impacted the Upper Arlington community greatly. As class president, I will call upon my fellow classmates to help me fight this epidemic through educating yourselves about the proper reactionary and medical procedures in the case of this event occurring. Currently, I am working with the administrators of Upper Arlington High School and the Upper Arlington Fire Department to bring this training to you. In relation to knowledge, the establishment of weekly student polls via Google Forms will keep students informed on the actions of their government and will effectively supply every single student in the class of 2019 with representation in their government. This system will be utilized to determine the venue, theme, and catering service at prom in order to ensure that all students get the most bang for their buck. Finally, in respect to service, the class of 2019 will participate in numerous class-wide community service projects. These projects will focus on giving back to the community outside of the walls of Upper Arlington High School. Such outreaches will include the expansion of Upper Arlington High School's trauma response program to the city through public assemblies in our auditorium, and the development of Veterans Day celebration and military appreciation within UAHS. This celebration of our nation's warriors will be achieved through the avid involvement of the class of 2019 in the Honor Flight program, in which they will aid in the reception of planes at the Columbus Airport, and they will be engaged in the Veterans Day breakfast held at UAHS, where juniors will wait and serve tables for veterans and military service members alike. As a United States Naval Sea Cadet, the current president of the sophomore class, the former co-president of the freshman class, the president of my 8th grade class at Jones Middle School, and a dedicated volunteer in community service programs such as Mad Cubs and Operation Buckeye, I possess the correct qualifications and expertise to excel in this position. It would be the utmost honor and privilege to be given the opportunity to serve such a dedicated, skillful, and diverse class such as yours. The camaraderie in which the sophomore class of 2019 has formed in your 2 short years at UHS is truly astounding. And as your class president, I will help you realize your full potential as a team and as a family. I will commit myself to the representation of every student within the class as a whole, and I will work for you. As we conclude, I would like to end with a quote from the 14th Dalai Lama of Tibet. With realization of one's own potential and self-confidence in one's ability, one can build a better world. So join me in this realization of our potential and vote Schaefer. Thank you.
Your president for the class of 2020 is Julia Badali. Julia, please share your ideas.
I think I'd make a great president for a couple of reasons. First, I would love to plan a fun winter dance for all of us to have a great time at. I also would love to work as a team and come up with creative ideas. I'd really like to make fun activities for our class as well. I think I'm also a positive leader and would always do what's best for our class. But most importantly, I hope to make sophomore year a great year. I hope you vote for me. Thanks.
Now we will move on to the vice presidential candidates.
There are 3 candidates for vice president of the class of 2018. Let's hear first from Se-Yoon Lee.
Let me start off by saying that I love this school, and I'm proud to be attending a school that has champions in athletics, academics, and the arts. Some of my most favorite things about Upper Arlington are the musical, the spirited football games, and the most passionate, nurturing, inspirational teachers available. Let me give you some reasons why I should be your vice president. I can talk very well. I'll be able to set forth discussions and ideas with teachers and principals. I most especially want to suggest an ice cream machine in the cafeteria for our school to enjoy for years to come. I would also like to create a day for service for our community. I have a strong academic record. I have taken all the AP Science classes here at the high school because I absolutely love science and challenges. I believe that I'll make smart, educated, open-minded choices. I am a leader. I do not hesitate to step up for what is right and what needs to get done. As your vice president, I'll listen to all the ideas that you give me and I'll make sure they get heard by the right people. As a varsity rower on the school's rowing team, I practice every day throughout the year. I am not someone who sits around and does nothing. I'll be proactive in making this school a better place for you. If you vote me for vice president, I pledge to give my time passionately and dutifully. I will not let you down with any of the important decisions to be made for our last and greatest year. Vote saliently for vice president. Thank you.
Thank you, Saying. Now we'd like to invite the Daniel Liu to deliver his speech.
I'm here today on behalf of my father, who said I either run for vice president or I practice violin for the rest of my life. Well, on the other hand, I think I'd be suitable for vice president because of 3 reasons. First off, I'm persistent. I never give up and I work my hardest till the very end. Second, I'm compassionate. I'm very involved in the community as I volunteer with our community to help feed the homeless, and I am involved in many clubs in our school. Third, I am imaginative. As Albert Einstein once said, imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world. I'm always imagining new and better ways to do things. With the communication and leadership skills that I have learned, if elected as your vice president, I will work together with you to develop fun programs which will make our final year together enjoyable and memorable. I also plan to work together with our teachers and counselors to reduce school-related stress. Finally, I will work together with the student body to raise money to donate to charities, which we should always do to become a good citizen of our community. So just remember, vote me, Daniel Liu, for vice president, or I may be playing violin for the rest of my life.
Thank you, Doc. And finally, we will hear from Connie Ewan.
Class of 2018 will be seniors next year. It's time to step up as the role models for next year's student body. This is our last chance to leave a positive legacy at Upper Arlington High School. Our school is exceptional. We are fortunate enough to have teachers and administrators who are dedicated to our success. We have the opportunity to pursue our dreams, be it music, art, science, business, or sports. That is why you should elect me to be your vice president. I want to give back to the community that I'm proud to be part of. Why am I running for vice president? I prefer to work behind the scenes. With my skills in creative problem solving, teamwork, and leadership, I hope to help us leave a positive legacy and help next year run smoothly. As a vice president, I will help organize parking, plan class reunions, fundraise, and help with events such as graduation. However, as your vice president, I will work toward making senior year as easy and as stress-free as possible. As your vice president, I will listen to all of your concerns and ideas so that everyone is heard. I won't just be passive, I will be your advocate. In order to make this happen, I will work with you, teachers, administrators, and the rest of student government. So let me be your advocate. Let's make next year our best year, according to you. My name is Connie, and I'm running to be the vice president of the class of 2018. Thank you.
Sam Shattuck is running an uncontested race for vice president for the class of 2019. Sam, please share your ideas for next year.
I look forward to being our class's vice president this year. You won't need to worry about me not having experience, as I was a class officer my first 2 years in high school and 1 in the 8th grade. The junior class officers primarily work on prom. And for the 2018 prom, I look to have either Kanye West or Drake perform live there. In addition, I intend on having Ryan Seacrest being there. I think it will be a step up from what we've had in the past. I will also work with my fellow class officers to not only make prom better as their main project, but also do more community service activities, which I do not see a lot at the high school. I thank you for allowing me to serve you.
Now we're going to hear from the candidates of office of secretary for the class of 2018, there are 2 candidates.
We'd like to invite Mimi Kai to share her speech.
I am running for this position because I am passionate about the UAHS community and making it a great place for everyone. I have leadership experience in several clubs, including running the Culture Fair for Culture and Diversity Club, as well as many other clubs. I love giving back to the community by doing community service, and I hope to expand that this year. I also love working with people and being in a team, and I am willing to listen to others' opinions so that you have a voice in planning events such as the parking lot lottery, graduation, and class reunions. I am proud to be representing the class of 2018, and I hope that you will vote Mimi for secretary. Go Bears!
The second candidate is Caroline Favret.
I'm well suited for this position because it requires managing your time. Like a lot of you, I'm involved in sports and various extracurriculars, on top of being in AP, IB, and honors courses. Even with a heavy workload, I remain organized. This position also requires a lot of correspondence. I enjoy writing, and I'm on the staff of Arlingtonian. If elected, I would step away for community organizations, like Rotary or UA Civic Association, to reach out to the high school for community service options. Real-world experience would be helpful, and kids might feel more useful and not so lost in trying to find ways to complete their required hours. In the spring, I think the senior class could work on landscaping around the school. As an older building, the outside has fallen into disrepair and honestly is a pretty dismal sight compared to new buildings at other Ohio high schools. We could partner with the UA landscaper for a plan and then have students weed beds, plant flowers, and trim shrubs to brighten the building. Think of it like Earth Day service learning projects in an elementary school. Another key responsibility of class officers is to help organize class reunions, so I'd be responsible for communicating about any future events. My family will be in UA, so I'll always have ties here. These are just some of my ideas for our class in the upcoming school year. It's going to be our last year together, and I'd like to help make it our best yet. Remember to get out and vote.
Oh, sorry. For the class of 2019, Paige Plagence is running for class secretary.
Being a class officer is important to me because I truly care about our school and students. I want what's best for Upper Arlington, and I'm willing to prove this. If I'm elected to office, I have many goals. I will introduce new activities to benefit Upper Arlington schools and create strong relationships with our UA community. These activities welcome incoming freshmen, engage senior citizens, and inspire the youth of Upper Arlington. Additionally, prom will be one of my large priorities the 2017-2018 school year. I can ensure an awesome prom because I'm responsible and motivated. Therefore, I will collaborate with other officers to guarantee students a memorable prom. Finally, I will improve and maintain the positive and safe environment at Upper Arlington High School. I will do this by encouraging environment-friendly equipment and initiating activities to improve relationships between students. But what do you want? Vote for me, Paige Plagence, and I will work to accommodate your wishes. Thank you.
For the class of 2020, Brooke DeWalt is running for class secretary.
I feel that I would be a good class secretary because I am organized, hardworking, detail-oriented, and a good student. Also, I am involved in football, cheerleading, and competitive cheerleading outside of school. I volunteer at my church and help with VBS in the summer. I would like to get more involved with the UAHS community and with the class of 2020. I look forward to sharing my ideas with my fellow class officers and look forward to planning the 2018 Winter Dance. I'd like to introduce new ideas to make the Winter Dance more interactive for students and more exciting to attend. Please vote for me for the class of 2020 secretary. Thank you.
And we're back to the 2017 elections. Finally, we'd like to invite up the candidates running for class treasurer.
The class treasurer of the class of 2018 is Joshua Koo. Joshua, please share your speech.
I believe that I qualify for this position as I have taken multiple math classes, including 5 at OSU, and I'm currently taking AP Econ. If elected, I plan on creating a class field trip. This field trip will take place during the end of the year, and I'll make a poll to determine the destination. Additionally, as I'll be a senior and in charge of the lottery for parking spots, I'll ensure that the process is fair. Thank you for your time, and remember to vote for Joshua Koo for your class treasurer.
Sit. Yep. The class treasurer for the class of 2019 is Daniel Seeley.
As a junior class officer, our big project will be the planning of prom. As the treasurer, I will help to make sure prom is cost-effective and worth the money the students pay for it. I'm qualified for a leadership position because I am an Eagle Scout and qualified for the position of treasurer because I have never lost a game of Monopoly. As part of the class officer team, I would like to address issues in our school. Specifically, I would like to push for the option for students being able to eat in the LC. If there are any other issues that any students feel need to be addressed, feel free to bring them to my attention, and I will do my best to solve them. As your treasurer, I promise to do what is best for the junior class, the whole student body, and for Upper Arlington High School. Thank you.
The class treasurer for the class of 2020 is Ariana Carpenter.
We need a person who is good with money and knows how to spend it wisely, and I am that person for our class. We need to start thinking about having the money we need to have the events we all want in our sophomore year, as well as having funds left over to carry over year to year so we can have the time of our lives at Upper Arlington High School. I will be smart with our class money, help with fundraisers, and give the most value for our class. Thanks.
Outstanding job, candidates. Students, please click on Schoology and look for the link to vote for the 2017-2018 Student Council co-presidents and class officers.
The link will only be open for the next few minutes. Officers will be announced on Kicking It on Friday, April 28th.
Good luck, candidates.
If you are interested in running as a student council for the rep next year, you must attend one of 2 informational meetings during next week office hours, Wednesday, May 3rd or Thursday, May 4th.
Both meetings will be held in room 211.